Hello, everybody. Welcome to Woopercast episode 30. God knows whatever this is. It's been ages since I did one. How are you all been? I've missed you all. Anyway, so we're going to come back with a bang. We're going to be doing a full set review of Guardians Rising, or Islands Waiting for You, which is a way better name than Guardians Rising, in my opinion. And yeah, you guys know the deal with these set reviews. They're pretty long-winded, so I am going to timestamp this one, I promise, because there's going to be a lot of cards we got to talk about. I'm going to be going through all the non-GXs, then all the GXs, then all of the trainers, and that's really the order we're going to be doing it. And as always for these things, I'm joined by Rory Lincoln. Say hi, man.
Hey,
Good to have you on the show again.
all
Now,
right, thanks for having me back.
no problem at all. So yeah, this is some set. Like, I think this is like almost Fandom Forces level good. And I've been thinking about this because like the amount of staple cards that are in this thing, or the amount of cards that'll be good, like the moment they're released and consistently throughout their lifetime, is like pretty through the roof. Um, like in general, I think this is a pretty good set. You agree?
Oh yeah, lots of great cards. Just lots of cards actually in general.
Yeah.
Just looking through the numbers, it's
Like
huge.
almost too many, in my opinion. It makes these videos much harder to do. So just to say, I'm not going to be spending too long on the really good stuff. So like when we get to like I don't know field blower, I'm not going to spend like ages saying about how good it is because you know I respect you guys as viewers and as players. You probably know the field blower is good, so I'm not going to waste your time with that. Um, but anyway, I am going to waste your time by talking about shitty non-GXs and getting you to accept that they're either really bad or really good. So we're going to kick it off. The very first one we're doing is Trevenant. This is, and also for YouTube, of course, it's on screen, and for any other outlet, it'll be, I'll read them out to you guys. So, Trevenant. Colorless, double colorless, does 30 damage times the number of item cards or trainer cards in your opponent's hand. I have very bad feelings about this one. I just don't see this being good at all. Do you have any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's completely overhyped. Just like you don't actually know how much damage you're going to be doing
Yeah,
ever.
that which is hilarious. Like
It's bad.
it's funny because like with Vespiquen, it's like oh you're doing nothing now, but at some point you're gonna be doing like 200. With Trevenant, it's like I did 200 this turn. I could do zero next turn, but I did
Yeah,
200 this turn, and that's like a really crap asset for you to have like as a deck. Uh,
yeah.
also,
Like
oh no, you go ahead.
I think everyone's pairing it, trying to pair it with Vileplume, and I don't know. I just rather Decidueye, right?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like I don't see what you get from this, like other than like it's a stage one, not a stage two, and like that's it. I don't know. I feel like in a Vileplume variant, we've assessed that the Decidueye is definitely like the way to go, and I don't see why you play this instead. And even like for a grass type stage one that attacks for double colorless, if only we had like a good one of those, right? It's not like one of those exists.
Yeah,
The other thing about it is N. I think this is like this
yeah,
card is so weak to N. Like think about it. So if your opponent has like a 6 card hand, that's okay. You can sort of think you've got a decent damage output going. What if they like you end them to 3 and then they've nothing in their hand and now you're doing no damage, or like they end themselves to 3 or 2 and like all of a sudden you're not doing anything, and that alone it means you can basically like not play N in the deck at all. So
yeah. It's not good. There
yeah,
was like the Gengar at one stage, which was similar, with paired with a Vileplume that locked items.
I think that was a Noctowl.
Now there is a Noctowl, but there was a Gengar way back. I mean,
Oh, okay.
years and
You're
years and
going
years back.
far back though.
Yeah, but
Was
like in
that?
that format, I don't think there was as many draw supporters and stuff. Now we can just sycamore all those items away, and all the items away. So your damage just goes to nothing, and then you do nothing and you lose.
Yeah,
So
that's a good point though as well. It's like cards with like mechanics that are kind of cool quirks, but historically have never been good. And this is one of those cases where we've had cards that do the same thing, but not cards that do the same thing and get played at a big tournament or anything. Maybe it could
yeah,
be fun, but I just don't like the how unreliable it is.
I like that it's for trainers, not just items, though.
Yeah, yeah, I think that does shift it
All right,
into
but
marginally more playable territory.
yeah, I think the Phantom though being grass is important.
This is honestly the biggest
Definite.
takeaway from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just for purely for expanded for Trevenant Excelgor and probably nothing else.
You can even attack with it if you're playing Trevenant Excelgor. I don't know, you probably want to attack with Excelgor instead, but the option exists.
Yeah,
What do you think about putting a Trevenant break on it? Do you think there's like any inherent benefit you get from doing that? I think the energy you'd have to run would surely be quite weird at that point.
you know what? Like 4 Psychic, 4 DC.
Yeah. Something like that. Like, I mean, I guess people are thinking, like, the way Trevenant Break used to work, where you item locked it, then you started using, I don't know, Trevenant Break's attack to spread damage counters. And this is a quote-unquote similar thing, because you can forest into the Trevenant Break. I don't
It's
know.
shitty Decidueye at that stage.
Yes.
Decidueye,
Yes, it
right?
is. Yes.
Right?
It's a shitty Decidueye at that stage. You're absolutely right.
Like, at least with Decidueye, you know you're getting every turn. This is just not.
Yeah. Okay. Agreed. Anyway, that's Trevenant. I think we've done enough on that.
Victory Bell. Come on, that thing's.
Do you want to talk about Victory Bell? I
It
won't
looks.
stop you.
The art looks cool.
It really does, actually. It's some kind of graffiti Victory Bell. I quite like it.
Yeah, I'm sure someone will try that. Like one grass energy for stuff.
3 special conditions. I thought it was just 2.
I mean, that's cool.
Bird, confused, and then they retreat next turn. Because none of those conditions are paralysis or sleep.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. It's cool.
you
Fun
combine it
that
with
they-
Serve
I
on
don't know. Combine it with what's the Ninetales from Dragon's Exalted? 50 more to
Oh
wisdom special
yeah.
conditions.
Okay, so you do Pollen Hazard, and then you just hope they don't retreat, and then next turn you're good to go.
Yeah, fun league deck. There you go. Victory
Fun,
Bell.
you say.
Yeah, Victory Bell, Ninetales.
You know, the Furious Fists Victory Bell is so much better at doing this. And that is a really good deck. Okay, not good, but it's a really fun deck, because you have to run, like, Blend Energy.
Yeah, but its art isn't as cool.
Alright,
Okay.
you know what? That's a fair argument. And when you're running a deck that's as bad as that, that's a genuine thing you need to consider. Anyway, let's talk about Golisopod. Golisopod is... okay, actually, now that we're, like, 2 Pokemon into this, I want to also say that I get a lot of comments about our set reviews, which are just, hey, Rory, do you think this card is good? And Rory says no, and then we move on to the next card.
It's gonna be this, yeah.
It's going to be this as well. So don't brace yourselves for something very similar to past events. But, you know, coincidentally, Golisopod, 130 HP, takes 30 less damage from attacks with an ability, and its attack for a grass double colorless does 80 damage and 70 more if it's a GX or EX. I think this is really, really cool, and like I think it's not actually a bad card if it was like, I don't know, 2014, when you could say, oh, 130 HP plus that ability is bulky, and you could say that energy cost is justified for one-hit KOing EXs and GXs, but nowadays there's no way you're going to be able to stream this guy.
Yeah, it's a stage 1, 2 attachments, slightly little too difficult to get going.
Yeah.
You hit 150 with Choice Band, though. It's cool.
180 with the choice.
180, yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what draws me to it, and you can Kukui to get 200, and, you know, you're hitting that's good numbers, like, but my issue with it is just, how are you going to set up multiples of them at the same time?
I don't know. I've seen people looking at putting it with Lurantis GX, but
Okay.
at that stage, I'd rather just have a streamlined Lurantis deck. So.
Yeah, see, that's also another good point, because now you've got the other Lurantis that increases your grass and fire Pokemon's damage, which we'll talk about actually immediately after this. But, yeah, it's weird, because I want it to be good, but if there was some kind of, like, I don't know, grass patch, like, you know, let's get greedy here. If we had that, then I'd start to think about this a bit more seriously. But until then, until we get a way to keep these going, if you're powering up something with this kind of an attack cost, it should be Rainbow Road, honestly. Or maybe Rayquaza or something like that. Not this.
Like, there's other non-EXs that just do more damage, yeah.
And again, it's a stage 1 grass type. You're competing with Vespiquen, and you're going to be found wanting.
We're competing with Bestwind for now. After rotation, though.
Okay,
Maybe.
alright, that's not a bad point, yeah.
I don't know.
We'll definitely, we won't be playing it right now. That's the ultimate conclusion here.
Yeah.
Alright, now, something we might be playing right now, and I'm gonna, you know what, for all the cards I don't have pictures of, I'm gonna Google image them. So, Lurantis Promo, let's see if that comes up. Anyway, let's just talk about the Lurantis Promo while I'm finding a Google image of it. Here we go. So, this thing does, oh wait, this one has translations next to it, great. Oh, thank you, random person on Google Images. Now, so this thing, I'm so professional in these videos, I would also like to stress that. This thing has an ability that says your grass and fire Pokemon do 20 more damage to your opponent's active. That's like real good, right?
Yeah, more damage is generally good.
Like, there's no reason we should say that a damage modifier isn't a good pick. And even if you only run like one of these in a Lurantis deck, plus Choice Band, you're now hitting up to like 70 more damage, you're hitting 170 for your second attack, you're hitting bigger numbers on Flower Supply as well, which I think is big.
90 with Choice Band in this, that's good. With
Yeah, that's
2 of
real
those, you
good.
get 110. KO Shaman and 2 energy on the field.
GX attack can now hit crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Like
So,
the most underwhelming thing about Lurantis GX was the damage output. And now we have a way to fix that. So surely
yeah.
this should see play, right?
Like in Lurantis, I think trying to run it in anything else with damage output is just not
Yeah.
worth it. Putting in an extra Pokemon line,
A 1-1 line in the Decidueye Vileplume.
no.
So because you attack with Lugia most of the time anyway, so I don't know. I like it.
It's nice to have. It's
And I
good.
think you have the space for it in a Lurantis deck. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't run it. Is what I'm trying to say.
But yeah, like at least one, probably two, even if you're running the full, like 4
Oh,
3.
actually, no, you're absolutely right. Because Lurantis GX and Lurantis are different names,
Yeah,
so you can run a 3-2 split if you want. Because I was just
yeah,
thinking 3-1, but that's way better. Okay, you're smarter than me.
yeah. And you can just revitalize with them back later.
Yeah, yeah, this isn't too bad at all. It's just a boost for Lurantis, and I think that's exclusively what it is. But it's good at doing that.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if there's ever some fire type to get paired with it. But
Yeah, we can't ignore that. Like Volcanion. The 1-1 line. You gone silent on me there. It's like you
hey,
don't
you
support
get
this idea.
no, you have abilities for damage. You don't need another one.
Why not? It does stack also. Let's just not ignore that. So if you do get, I don't know, 4 of them into play,
80
Godspeed
more.
you.
That's kind of nice. Yeah.
You're never gonna do that, but if you did,
Wait, 80 more. It won't be with Lurantis GX though.
yeah, definitely not. It'll be with like I don't know, Tapu Bulu. Watch
Yeah.
this space. Anyway, so that's Lurantis. It's pretty good. Next up, onto the fire types. Next one, I think the only one I wanted to talk about in the fire types was Victini.
Woo!
Woo! So Victini, Victory Star. Flip a coin. You can reflip that coin. You're not allowed to use any more of these abilities once per turn. It's the same. Well, not exactly the same, but the ability is exactly the same as the old Fliptini. From anyone who played Legendary Treasures or whatever other dragons, something. Ah, look, it was black and white, like midway point. Um, yeah, and this is like it's never been okay, except for like the deck VVV, which was Vileplume, Victini, Vanillux, and that was like way back. Um, there's never been a card with a good enough like effect on a coin flip to really put this thing to use.
Yeah, but this is great for every one of those fun decks you bring to League.
That's what I was gonna say. Is for those kind of like fun decks and for the kind of like less serious ones and for any card that has a coin flip on it now instantly gets more. Ooh, I can play this and actually not do complete crap with it.
I think there was a little point where some people were running it in Archie's Blastoise, so you could flip more heads on Articuno.
I
That was
wouldn't
funny.
do that in my water box. I would not do that.
That was very early on, but
Yeah, I get that. I flip enough heads on whatever the hell Articuno's attack is to make it to not make me want to play this in that deck. But if you
I
want
see.
to, it's cool.
Not everyone has your luck,
Yeah, this is true. Not everyone
balance
gets
it out.
like those proper like on-stream delinquents to 0 top deck ends. But if you practice as hard as I do, you'll get there eventually. Like
Sigh.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I'd pair Victini with, like coin flippy Pokemon wise, but I don't think there's anything with a significant enough ability right now that I'd be like, yeah, that's going to be top tier. I just think it
Throw
means that.
one, throw one in Greninja so you flip heads on Bubble more often.
Oh, dude, that's not a bad idea. Wait, Bubble's already like a 90% hits rate anyway, right?
I know, but it must be like over 100 at least with this, right?
It's 120.
Easy.
I mean, it guarantees your next Bubble. You don't have to flip the coin for the next one you do. That's how good it is. Alright, well that's Victini. It's fun, but I'm not going to go any further than that with it.
Still gonna get one, but just a half.
Oh, I'm going to get 2. Like, 2 is the minimum you want in a Fliptini deck anyway. Unless it's Greninjas for bubbles. Anyway, we're moving
Skipping
on.
Chandelure to Oricorio, because shit, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to leave them on screen for people to read, but I assume you've read them already. I just want one. Okay, Oricorio. It makes Incineroar better. Incineroar is still bad.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Makes a bad deck
Slightly less bad.
tiny little bit less bad.
Would I run it
But
in
still,
Incineroar? Yes. Would I run Incineroar? God, no. Volcanion exists, you madman. Anyway, let's see. Don't want to talk about Salandit because that's not very good either. It's like a strictly worse Ariados, in my opinion. I do want to talk about Alolan Sandslash. Yay! So, Alolan Sandslash, is...
Wait, so skipping Salazzle? Oh,
So, yeah, we're skipping. Do you want to talk about Salazzle?
like 30 damage, though.
From
That's
an...
good.
Okay, like, it's alright, but it's a stage 1. You're not gonna... And it does it once.
Yeah, okay. You know Raichu bats in standard right now? That, like, no
Yes.
one's playing? Raichu
Yes.
Salazzle. That's it, yeah. That's all I have.
Alolan Sandslash has this ability where it can draw one card per turn. And then we're not talking about Salazzle. That's never going to be a thing, and you know it.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. And the Smash turn for Water Double Colorless does 50 damage, and you switch it to the bench. I love this card. I really like this card. I really want this card to be good, but
It's
it's not.
overpriced.
It's overpriced. What are you on
Like
about?
the attack cost. Like,
Okay, oh yeah, I thought you were like, dude, it's
free
probably like
energy.
10 cents. Like, no.
Oh, yeah. Like 3 energy for 50. Yeah.
I don't necessarily. I think that, yeah, that's not how I would phrase it, but I agree. Like, I think this isn't a bad attack cost. I think, especially because you go back to the bench, especially because we got Aqua Patch now. I think this, like, if this damage, if 50 was like, I don't know, even like 90, I'd be like, all right, great, I give this a go. 50 is too low. Even with a choice band, you're hitting 80. Like, this is not a big enough. You're committing too much to just do 80 damage. That's not a good enough number.
Yeah.
The ability's
Also,
cool, but
the abilities. None.
it's mediocre compared to other similar things. But given that it's not like the main focus of the deck is the attack and the ability is just this sort of like bonus you get alongside
Yeah.
it, is cool. I don't know. It's just I wish this number was bigger. I'm gonna say that actually about a couple of Pokemon, but I do wish that this 50 was like even an 80. I'd be all right. Now you've got my attention, but a 50 is way too low.
Or if it was 2 energy. Like water colorless, or just
Yeah, or no, even if it was just DCE.
DC for 50 would be great.
DCE for 50 and Switch. Like, I think that'd be fine with me.
That'd be good. I mean,
Water DCE for 80 and Switch. That'd be fine. But Water DCE for 50 is not good. Brooklet Hill would be a great card in this deck, though, because it lets you grab Sandslash, it lets you grab Pyukumuku, it lets you grab the new Sudowoodo. You know, that's all cool. Would you switch it to Pyukumuku, though?
nah.
Like, no one's going to hit it. Wobbuffet's probably your best switching target. And even then, that's still, like, it's not worth 80 damage, and that's what you have to come back to.
I don't think it has enough to hold its own as a deck, and it's not worth putting in any decks for the ability because we have artillery.
Yeah, I agree. I'd probably still, like, try and fit a 1-1 auxiliary line in this anyway.
Yeah,
So I get, like, Abyssal Hand and then, like, use 3 Sandslash abilities.
I want to like the card, it's not doing much.
Just the big 5-0 right here, yeah, that's a big issue. Defense Curl is a cute attack, and it's a great looking card, but
Yeah, for free.
for free.
It's alright. Stall a turn, maybe.
It's alright.
Put the Victini in, and you're stalling.
Oh my god, he's done it. Victini, Alolan Sandslash, boys, you don't even need energy. Okay, well, I'm gonna be I'm skipping Politoed. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't think there's any good Polyrants anyway. So.
There isn't, I checked.
But if there is, this will be
Yeah.
kind of cool.
We gotta wait for them to print, like, another in-format Poliwrath. We already have 2.
Yeah.
From Evolutions in Sun and Moon. So if Sun and Moon 3 can give us, like, a third Poliwrath in 4 sets, then maybe. But no.
Even expanded with the Poliwrath there and the other Politoed.
They're still not that, like, they're cool, but they're not, like, and you also want a Politoed in play against those anyway, because that's the Politoed that removes their energy.
Older Politoed. And then you don't have energy in that deck.
And now you're like, alright, so we got a 4-4, 1-1-3 line of, like, no, you need, like, 2 different Politoads, and then the third Politoed, it's too complicated for me to think of right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to see play even in fun decks.
Alright, the next big card we need to talk about is Sharpedo.
This is just like the most bland card ever printed.
So boring.
Look at it. Just look at the card. All the empty space.
Look at how much space is there.
It's like I'd expect this on like the trainer kits or something.
This is I know, right? Not even those are like 2 attacks. You have like 1 for 10 and then 1 for 30. This is just not dog. It's just
Like,
7.
This is the most uninteresting card ever printed. It's not like it's not like it's a basic that's gonna evolve or stage 1 that's gonna evolve. It's just
No,
the full
it
evolution.
doesn't even
It's
have a
just
break or anything. It's like, no, it's just shite. It's like, honestly, it's an insult. Like, I would rather play this Wailmer underneath it, which
hey, it
has.
has free retreat. Okay, it's alright.
Oh, okay, my mistake. He has free retreat. But look at how boring this card is. I saw this and I was like, Jet Head for 70. Okay, what's his next attack? Oh, what do you mean there's no next attack? There's no ability or anything else. It's just Jet Head for 70. Christ on a bike. Anyway, I'm skipping a good few cards here. Do you want to talk about Wailord?
No,
Good. Because the only talking point is it has 200 HP, and that's not even that
it's
relevant anymore.
also like the last Whaler printed way back in black and white or whatever had 200, so that's not even special.
Not even power creep in it, man. What the hell? You know what is special? Alomamola. So, I think Born Ashore is a pretty cool attack. It's target whistle for 1 colorless energy. Alright. Tell me why this is bad. This is this is the proper Joe likes this card, but
It's your
everyone else
attack.
hates it. Yeah, it is. But, like, okay. Now, I said this about Porygon when I was, like, in the Evolution set review. Like, how you could play it with something like Mega Scizor. Because you have nothing but EXs in that deck, and then you just use the one Porygon to try and make your opponent weak to metal, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter because it's just a non-EX. Same thing goes for this. You just like put a Shaman on your opponent's bench, and then you're like, all right, well, you kill it, but it doesn't matter because we've got nothing but EXs left. Like, it sounds like Rory just actually like collapsed because he hated my suggestion so much there. But
Very close that it's. I
I'm
don't.
just saying.
There's just better non-EXs to run in almost every deck, right?
I've missed Target Whistle, okay? I've been running like Buddy Buddy Captivating Pokebuff in so many decks now, trying to make it work, and it doesn't. This is my solution. As long as
What decks? What?
okay, no, I did that in like Gyarados and Vespiquen, and that was it. But like
They're already non-EX decks.
yes, they are. But the point is, it's
The
an
options there.
it's an
Okay.
idea, yeah. Anyway, I don't rule it out immediately. Is all I'm trying to say.
Or do. I don't know. It's also an option.
Anyway, all right, Alolan Golem. I just want to point out his attack is called Electro Rock Wrecker, and on the English card, which I don't have here, the attack name is so long that it
Oh yeah.
barely fits on the card.
That's
That's a terrible thing to describe when I only have the Japanese card in front of me, but look it up. It's hilarious.
the only talking point of the card.
It's actually the best thing to say about the card. I think that's literally it for the lightning types. Was just that one point about Alolan Golem. I'm checking my notes here.
Hey, Oricorio Pom for the pre-releases.
All right.
100 for 1 energy. That's pretty decent.
I want this to be good so much. You have no idea how much I want this to work, and it's not gonna. I need to find a way to not like make my opponent not attack for 1 turn, and then I can make this good.
I mean, it was printed exclusively for pre-releases. I can
Yes,
guarantee that.
absolutely. Wait, is it a rare?
Oh god, it better not be.
I don't know.
Might be in our set because they hate us.
Yeah, probably a holo rare or something like that. But like, no. I mean, it's when you hear the idea, hey, you can do 100 damage for a single basic energy. You got my attention.
Yeah, it's just it takes 2 attacks to do that, so it's really 50.
I wish this was the same attack. Like, I wish it was like Feather Dance, 20 damage. During your next Pokemon, this attack's base damage is 100. I wish it did the same thing, but like a bit like Superior, but as a basic.
Only about the journey your next Pokemon.
You know what I mean.
I know.
You want the concept of language is to communicate a message, and if you understood what I meant, then I did my job.
All right.
Anyway, moving on from trash into literal trash. Talking about Garbodor. I just want to make sure Garbodor was the next one I had on my notes. It was. Oh, no, it wasn't. We did miss one. Okay, sorry, Garbodor. You have to wait. The Tapu Koko promo.
Oh, yeah.
Tapu Koko promo images.
What's it? 110 HP, DC for 20 to everything.
Oh, yeah. It is DCE, and you do 30 damage to everything. 120
30?
to everything.
Wait. Yeah.
No, it's 30 to everything. Oh, 20 to everything. My
20
mistake.
to everything. 30.
I thought you said 120 to everything. No, it's DC for 20 to everything, but the reason you should be talking about this is it's a basic with free retreat and it's not bad. Like, and I think that's big enough to keep it in your mind, right?
Yeah.
Like there aren't a lot of good Pokemon with free retreat right now, and the ones that are like not basics or not splashable. So this guy actually is sort of relevant. I mean, like I was thinking Rainbow Road, but you made the point then that you can't Hoopa for it,
Hmm.
which is a little annoying. But I mean, it can set up things. The attack's not bad. I just want to mention it because
Like, I'm sure it'll find its place somewhere.
yeah,
Someone needs to fix damage numbers.
exactly.
Like, there's already things running Steam Siege Hoopa to do the 20 snipe. This is just
Okay, what things though?
what things. Some people played it in Mewtwo at one stage.
All right,
People are playing it in Espeon.
that is like the shittiest way to sell a card. Is some people played it in Mewtwo at one stage.
Hey, that means it's better than useless.
All right, fair point. Fair point. Also better than useless is Garbodor. Trash
Just a
Avalanche.
little bit. Just a little.
Just a little bit. Trash Avalanche does 20 damage for each item card in your opponent's discard pile. Now, I know you say just a little bit, and you're going to slag off this card. I want to point out this man also said Greninja would not be good. But, so, just putting
I'm
that
not
out there.
saying this. This is crazy card.
Just
This
saying
is
that. I like it's single psychic energy for a potentially whopping damage output that remains whopping for the rest of the game. All right, that sounds appealing. That sounds like something I want to invest my time practicing into. I have practiced this actually a little bit more than probably any other card in this set. First of all, I don't think the mill approach works unless you want to run like a 2-2 Garb line in an already existing mill deck, kind of the way Houndoom Raticates works. Because the reason is that like if you just run like a few milling cards in this deck, it's not gonna work. Like you play Team Rocket's Handiwork, you could flip 2 heads and not hit any items, or hit 1 item and then cool, it's 20 damage. It's not that much, and all your opponent really needs is energy, and then just to attack, 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 and you're not doing anything, so they're under no pressure. So I think you need to partner it with some kind of Pokemon that can put on a lot of pressure offensively and force them to play items to get their way out of that situation. Or you play it with something like Raticate, where you keep discarding their energy and making them dig for it so that they can keep attacking. I think probably the offensive pressure option is the best way to go about it, and then you run like a 3-3 Garb line or something like that.
I know, run a 4-3-1 like card line. What,
Four.
like 3 Tauros or something? I don't know.
Alright, that works. That works. I can get behind that. Tauros I don't necessarily agree with, but I can get behind that.
Tauros just puts on pressure.
I also think that despite the fact that the Trubbish has the attack which mills a card from the top of your deck, I'd still run the one with Acid Spray with the chance to discard an energy, because I think that's more important.
Is Acid Spray psychic energy though? Yeah.
It's
They're
one,
they're
it's
both
one psychic, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Even though this one's pretty cute and it's all made out of, like, clay and stuff.
Yeah, Acid Spray probably better. Yeah.
Acid Spray is probably better. I don't know, I really like this card. I think as well, what is it, Altar of the Moon gives you free retreat, which, is cool.
No, it gives you 2 less retreat.
Oh. Okay, that's really pedantic, but, actually it does it still gives you retreat cost because you can pay it with the energy you're using to attack.
Yeah.
And that means you can still choice band it and you don't have to Floatstone it. So that's kind of cool. It's just really weird trying to make a deck for it, is all. But I think the potential is there, because the damage output this thing can do is very serious. Like,
I think this is one of the standout cards of the set. Just everyone's like going crazy trying to figure out what's the best way to make this work. And once that's figured out, I think this could be top tier, really easy.
there is no doubt in my mind about that. There's like the sheer potential numbers this card can hit cannot be overlooked. For one basic energy, which is terrifying.
I mean, looking at like a lot of the decks they've built now, and they've got 20 plus items in them.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
You've been like even like 8 of those, and you're hitting like 160 plus choice band 190. Like now you're talking serious numbers.
Yeah.
On a non-GX with 120 HP, which is still pretty good.
Yeah. There's some people been calling this overpowered, and that we're gonna have to change the way we build decks to have less items.
I wouldn't go that far just because of how bad its like early and mid game are.
Like, it's one matchup even.
Yeah.
If you're like losing consistency against everything for one matchup, you're dumb.
Yeah,
Right?
true. Otherwise, everyone would just play like no VS Seekers because they wanted to beat Vileplume.
there are people suggesting that you replace your BS
Where do
Seekers
you
with
get this in? You just go on Burbank and you're like, all right, let's see who I can hate today. Like,
yes. Quite close. That
I
there's a
don't
lot
know
of
where you get it. You keep coming out with this information, and I'm like, where has he heard these things?
look. It's like a couple of dumb people on the
Couple of dumb
internet.
people, right?
That's it.
And
No,
probably a
no.
lot of dumb people off the internet as well.
Yeah. Well, like this thing's strong. Very strong.
Yeah. Ultimate conclusion: get your playset. This thing's very, very good.
And it's probably only like €2 max,
It's
right?
not. It's like it. It's probably. Let's say it's a hollow rare. That's probably gonna put it at like a five, and it can't.
Okay.
It's not
Fiver
gonna go
max.
over that.
You could probably get it for cheap enough.
Like right now, yeah. I mean, eventually though, like in the near future, I couldn't see it even going further than that. Anyway, Oricorio Pa'u. Did I pronounce that right? Hawaiians in the chat, let me know. Vital Dance. When you bench it, you search your deck for 2 basic energy and put them in your hand. The only deck I can see this being good in is Mega Gardevoir, and I think that's still pretty good. Like this will definitely get played in Mega Gardevoir, right?
Yeah, I think Oricorio is just one of a bunch of non-EXs, all of them being released in this set, that you have to consider to put in Mega Gardevoir.
All
Because
right.
already you've got Hawlucha and Rattata. Now you're going to get this Oricorio, and you're getting Sudowoodo, and
Yep.
you're going to want all of them depending on how you build the deck, what the metagame is. But you
Yeah,
can only
that
really
deck should
fit,
change a bit, for
but you can
sure.
only really fit one or two of them.
Yeah. And I know there's also the argument of, oh, you're not playing Professor's Letter in the deck already. Why would you play this? But it's different because, like, you can search this thing out with Ultra Ball, first of all. You can't do that with Letter. And second of all, it's like missing energy with Gardevoir at, like, before you get off your first Despair Ray. Like, if you don't get the turn 2 Despair Ray with Gardevoir, you're set back very far,
Yeah,
I think. This fixes that, so why wouldn't you play it? I don't see... And it adds to your damage output. You can recycle it with Dragonite. Yeah.
yeah. The only argument is for the people running like one or two Skyla, that it could be slightly easier to use Skyla for Professor's Letter.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, you gotta assess that for yourself, but this is definitely still an option.
Yeah, this is. I'd definitely consider this anyway.
Volcanion, reckon this could get any use out of this? This might be the same argument, though, as Volcanion doesn't run Letter. Volcanion runs Energy Retrieval and Fisherman. It doesn't need this.
It doesn't have the bench space.
Yeah, that too, that too. And like we're probably going to mention, Volcanion may not run Skyfield after this set comes out.
I mean, I still think after this set, after rotation,
Yeah, fair enough. Oricorio Sensu. This does supernatural dance for 1 colorless energy. Each Pokemon in your opponent's discard pile put 1 damage counter on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. As a big fan of Vespiquen and Night March, like, fuck this card. This is like worse than Karen, in my
yeah,
opinion.
it's really funny. They printed Karen, everyone's going crazy. Finally, Night March is dead.
Like
Night March didn't die.
a
This thing
huge
should
this
kill Night March.
this thing, especially like in Japan, where Night March is very popular. It's a really easy tech. Like, especially like, even in modern Vespiquen, like it's very like a big part of playing Vespiquen is trying to make sure that your opponent can't kill a Shaman, or making sure that you always have a Combi and a Vespiquen ready to go, or that your opponent just can't take more than 1 prize in a single turn. That's how I always play the deck. And then they do this, and they either kill like 2 non-EXs or they kill like a Shaman and a Combi, and you're like, oh, I lose.
Yeah.
So that's annoying.
But all this said, how popular is Vespiquen in the standard right now?
Exactly, and
Not
that's the
very.
thing you gotta think about is,
How popular is Night March and Expanded? I'm not quite sure, but I don't think it's huge.
yeah.
So, unless you have a really, really terrible Night March matchup or Vespiquen matchup, you don't run this.
I think it's more of like it keeps it in check. It's more like if Vespiquen ever did get good, people would just run this and then it wouldn't be good anymore.
Well, Vespiquen is like, what, 3 months left?
Yeah, yeah, true. Until they print another Pokemon with Vengeance. Yeah.
So what
Anyway,
type gets it now? Well, you have Grass, Fire, Water next.
okay, so, Quagsire. They call it Mud Brothers.
Oh, God.
Someone make that in Photoshop for me. Anyway, next Pokemon's gonna be Dhelmise, or Gelmise. I don't know how you pronounce this thing. Steel Worker. Metal Pokemon do 10 more damage to your opponent's active. This is good. There's not much to say about this other than, yeah, damage out. Damage modifiers are good, and this is a damage modifier.
Yeah, I like that they printed this because there's a lot of steel types that could really use the damage output.
Yeah, and even going into the future, you're going to be looking at steel types and like, well, this could be cool with Dhelmise.
Yeah, I mean, people will try to find ways for Scizor to hit the 130 with Golbat and stuff.
Oh, that was so cool.
Yeah, but this does it for
Yeah,
you.
this is way better, but the Golbat thing was also really cool.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't think Metal's great with Volcanion being one of the top decks, but yeah.
I think it could get a lot better with Ninetales and Sylveon coming out this set,
Yeah.
both of which are weak to metal. So it's again, it's like you got to consider it.
Yeah, it's nice to have them.
Yeah, it's really nice to have, and if you're playing a metal deck, you're going to be looking at this thinking, oh, cool. I was thinking Solgaleo Lurantis, so that Solgaleo can now hit 240 and kill the Decidueye a lot easier.
Yeah, sure.
You don't have to Kukui into it. This might just be easier. And 120 HP, you're pretty, Feather Arrow proof.
Yeah, and they can't Lysander stall because you just Ultra Road.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I
Even
feel like
playing
this.
two of these to hit 250 on opposing Solgaleos.
Yeah, for the mirror, which is never going to come up. But
I mean, if you can find room for this and whatever, but yeah, it's nice.
would make your Primal Groudon matchup better. Yeah, okay, so run one of these in Solgaleo Lurantis. That's the point we're trying to make. I think it's fun. Anywho, last psychic type is going to be, and I think you want to talk about this one, Lunala, the non-GX one, which I think it's pretty cool. It's the weakness to dark is the thing holding it back for me.
Well, and you see in the top left, the number 2.
all right, fair point. But let's assume we have a way. Let's assume that we make a consistent deck and we're able to get it into play. These attacks start being very good, right?
Yeah, like I started testing this when it was revealed back before Sun and Moon came out.
Yeah.
And
You're
it
on
was,
this thing super early.
I like it. It's like the deck when it sets up, it works. It hits nice numbers, it does nice things. It has nice synergy with the GX. But you're a stage 2, and you're setting up 2 stage 2s, and you're weak to dark. And those are all really bad things.
Yeah. I feel like if there was a way just to get these things into play,
Yeah.
we
Like,
would be on some other worldly level.
yeah,
Because an excuse to use Lunala GX would be great. Because that GX attack is so good and the ability is so good and the attack even is pretty decent. Like, I think both of these attacks are incredible. 160 HP is incredible. It's got so many good partners. But like you say, stage 2.
yeah,
And you'd be looking to get like 2 of these guys and a GX in play at the very minimum, right?
yeah. I mean, it's a fun deck. I like it, but it's not top tier. The format needs to slow right down and
Right down,
give
yeah.
more support to stage 2s. So be, if ever,
See, this is why, right?
Sun and Moon on rotation, 2 years or whatever.
No, this is why. You run a 2-2 line of Alolan Sandslash and Mallow, okay? Okay, hear me out here.
Hillary.
Hear me out. No, this is more fun. My way is better. You
Okay.
Mallow, and you put a rare candy, and then, like, the Pokemon you want a rare candy into on the top of your deck, and then you just Sandslash. And there you
Okay.
go. Alright, so we figured out the secret to it. BDIF.
Yeah. Have
Anywho,
fun with the clunk, but I mean, I want to make it work, but I don't think it's possible right now. I'm
yeah.
still gonna buy these because I just want them.
And it'll be dirt cheap.
Yeah.
But it's a fun card, and I think it's like very powerful if it works. I suppose we have to talk about Machoke. I'm gonna actually let you talk about Machoke because you've got better things to say about it than I do.
All right, it's dirt. Everyone thought it was the counter to Decidueye and Espeon GX. It's not. You're all terrible. End of. Look, they just Lysander and it's dead.
There you go.
And you're playing a 1/1 line of this under item lock against Decidueye Battlefield.
No, you're not. You're playing a 0-1 line of it because you're maxing it.
Okay, have fun with that. Go first against Decidueye Battlefield. Get out this extremely specific tech against it that doesn't even work because they still put the damage on the active. You just lose anyway. Woo!
Alright. As cynical and all as that was, I agree with literally everything you said.
It's like the Marowak all over again.
Hey, if they was on it, you can just retreat it by paying its 3 retreat cost.
And you can't put down Floatstone because you're under item lock. It's just
so good. No, then you Olympia it, you know? You have your Maxi for the Machamp, and then you draw into the Olympia with the Maxi. And there you go, you're set up.
like they printed Oricorio in the set as like a hard counter to Night March. And they're like, we'll put other hard counters in this, like Sudowoodo, which we're going to get to, I assume,
Yes.
and Machoke. Only Machoke is shit. Like, the other two are good.
He is kind of shit. My favorite thing about it is they could have made it like just a bit better. They could have been like, all right, you can level ball for this guy,
Yeah,
but you
100 HP
can't.
is so bad.
They could have given us 10 less HP and be like, all right, well, at least he's much easier to get out now. But no.
Like, what's going to happen is, if you're playing this, right? Either one, you get out the Machop and then can't find the Machoke, and the Machop dies to Feather Arrows, or you get out the Machoke and it's Lysander KO'd. You've just wasted
Or
all your time
you
doing
take it
this.
to its ultimate conclusion and get out the Machamp break. Sudowoodo!
Yay!
That's the ability Roadblock. Another Pokemon with an annoyingly high number of HP here, but has the ability Roadblock. Where basically, if it's your active, your opponent can only have 4 benched Pokemon.
Unless Parallel's in play, in which case it's
Unless
still
there's a
3.
parallel in play, in which case it's still 3, yes. I think this is a really cool card because a lot of decks want to play parallel but can't because they have, an already stadium that they need, or the other side of parallel hurts them. And I
Or
think
they're
this,
playing Skyfield themselves.
yeah, that's what I mean. No, and that's an answer for that. I think,
Yeah.
like you were saying about Gardevoir can use this for like the Rayquaza matchup, which it struggles with a lot.
Yeah, and it doesn't fix that matchup. It just makes it winnable, which
Yeah.
I like. It doesn't destroy the Rayquaza player. It just puts you on an even playing field because you're
I,
both too shy.
I think this is also pretty good against things like Volcanion and Turbo Darkrai, because you could, against Volcanion, you could force them to discard like a Volcanion if they had one on their bench that they didn't want. Especially if they're playing Skyfield as well. Like,
Well, they're just going to discard all the
okay,
shame.
if they're not playing, there's probably a scenario where you can force them to discard
Yeah, yeah.
Volcanion. Against Turbo Darkrai, if they've got energy on everything on their bench, all right, get rid of some of that energy. It's pretty helpful.
Yes.
It does a lot of the same things Parallel
Oh.
does, and Parallel has been consistently good all year. So we shouldn't rule this card out, right?
Yeah, like I think definitely in Gardevoir, just to try and give you a chance against Rayquaza. And probably a couple other things to take it, especially if you bad Rayquaza matchup.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's good.
It'll keep things like that in check for a
Yeah.
little while at least. Even after Parallel goes.
Yeah. I love that they can't hex out of it though. Like, because they get one turn then of having put one down. They can't shave
okay.
it, they can't Dragonite, they can't Hoopa.
This would actually be also, if you opened with it, a really great starter against anything with Vileplume. Because bench space is so important when you're trying to get off your turn one Vileplume.
Although, like, you have 2 retreat cost. So if they do get a Vileplume...
Look.
Oh, fun.
We'll find a way.
No, it's really solid card though.
It
Easy.
is.
Yeah.
The attack sucks, but who cares. Anyway, next fighting type Pokemon is going to be Gliscor. Gliscor. Finishing Stinger does 70 damage, but only if your opponent already has damage counters on it. Now, with a strong energy and a choice band, you're hitting 90, you're hitting 120. Then with a Golbat, which I assume you're pairing this with, you're hitting 140 for a single energy. Or what?
Like
or a Decidueye, yes, I suppose. You're hitting a lot of damage at that point. That's pretty cool. I tried this out actually already, just some solo builds with Golbat. It's fun, but it's not streamable enough because you need like a 4-4 line of these guys and then you need like a 4-4 line of Golbat. Maybe when Super Scoop Up gets reprinted in the next set, maybe then.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
But I just didn't think it was reliable enough that you could do all this and then, oh, you got one hit KO next turn. And then I need to get up another one. And I need to get another Golbat down because now my opponent doesn't have any damage counters on his. And again.
It's like, I think, the problem Alakazam had. If there's no damage on your opponent's board, you're not doing damage.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Literally, if your opponent promotes something and hexes and then takes a KO, you are like set back like so far. And that's not good. Yeah, like it's very similar. Like that's a great example actually because that card never took off for that exact reason. I remember when I found that out after you'd bought your playset of Alakazams, and I was like, oh, I can just hex and this thing has no damage on it, and I win.
Yeah,
Poor Alakazam. Anyway, what else we got here? I'm gonna skip Whiscash. You cool with that?
Yeah. You mean what's it? What's the one the fire type does basically better than that?
I think it's Camerupt. Is it Camerupt?
Camerupt to stage 2. Typhlosion. Massive
Oh,
erupt.
Typhlosion. That was
It's like a
fun.
it's like a fighting type.
Typhlosion's attack costs 1 energy.
Yeah, this is 4.
This is 4 energy.
It's actually probably gonna do less damage on average. It's
Oh my god, it is.
how it's so bad.
But look at how happy he is.
It's
he
not even
he
the
he didn't
happiest
win the
picture.
game, but he had a good time nonetheless. He mellowed for 2 energy. 4 Whiscash. Rockruff, I want to quickly point out, has a fantastic attack where your defending Pokemon can't retreat. The current Lycanrock we have is really good at disruption, and this is a great asset of disruption is when you just lock something in the active. So
Corner is a good attack
corner
type.
is a great attack, yeah, and I think
This is
that's
just way better than the existing Rockruff,
yeah,
and probably way cheaper.
like
So
significantly cheaper, yes. So that's all I wanted to point out about that. And I think that is going to do it for the fighting types. There's a lot of very weird fighting
wait,
types in this.
Minior.
Okay, fine. I'll talk about Minior. The greatest Ninja Boy target of all time, Minior.
No, just put it in anything with carving. End of.
And it's like end game, you just power up like the 190. I've been looking so hard, by the way, for a way to negate the whole this Pokemon is knocked out thing. You can't bend spoon it,
Yeah.
because bend spoon is only your opponent's effective attacks. Ranger obviously doesn't work. Don't get super pedantic with me here. Um, you can't like do it in the next turn Ranger and then you put it back in your bench and your opponent returns the prize or some stupid shit like that. No, there's no way out of this. There's no way around the whole this Pokemon is knocked out thing. Even if it said like, oh, this Pokemon did 70 damage to itself, you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna fury belt this thing. But no. So I,
It's a game ender. I don't know.
yeah,
Why not?
this is like
It's
my
one card, not EX.
yeah, this is my
You put it down.
Alomamola theory, where you have one non-EX and then nothing but EXs. So it doesn't matter if you kill this, because you just have EXs left. Yeah,
Just like 190 is big damage.
it
Put
is.
strong energies on, it's even more. Choice band. You KO anything with a non-EX to end the game. I mean, that's not bad.
All right, we're gonna bear it in mind at least. I think it's that. I think 3 energy is a little annoying though. Like it has to be 3. There's no way they could make that lower and then still
Yeah.
stay 190. But
I mean,
it's annoying that you can't just drop it and go yeah attack and like out of nowhere. You have to. I think Ninja Boy is gonna be the way you play this.
no, any just carving, which is literally nothing at the
Yeah,
moment.
but then your opponent's gonna see it coming and then they go, oh, it's on Minior.
So you set it up while setting up like an EX. So they have to either choose to deal with this non-EX on the bench or the like active EX threat.
All right, good luck with that. I don't know. I don't see that
Sorry.
working. I think this is your Ninja Boy target for me. Moving on. Go on. Can we spend... All right. Where's the timer? All right. I'm going to spend exactly 30 seconds on Honchkrow. Go.
It should.
All right. There we go. That was great. We saved so much time. We can spend all that time talking about Sableye.
Like for the same reason, it's shit for like similar reasons
Yeah.
to Gliscor. You need damage to do damage.
Yeah.
And once you KO something, you're doing no damage. Anyway.
You made a good point to me one day about like Dusknoir and Expanded. So you could do a shitload of damage to something and then move it all off with Dusknoir and then you keep that damage on their board and you're still doing that damage. But
the problem with that idea is you have like no real way to get damage in the first place.
Eradicate Break.
Eradicate Break or Koko Promo, I guess. But if they don't bench anything, you're just not doing anything. So
Also, thanks for raising the great point that Koko Promo is a fantastic name for a card. There's a great like assonance there. Anyway, Sableye, Sublible. 1 Dark Energy, limitation. Your opponent can't play any supporters.
eh.
Eh.
People lost their minds over
They
this.
really did, didn't they?
It's like, okay, maybe if you're already running Decidueye Valkyrie with Rainbow Energy, maybe you fit room for one of these. Maybe.
Yeah. I don't see it. It's fun. It's cool. And I think like as a one-off, I think there's decks like you're describing here that are going to use it. But I just can't see this being top tier.
Yeah.
I can't see this being lose my mind worthy. You know.
Like people, or like some people looked at it and said it should be banned, and it's just no. It's 60 HP DC KO with Lele.
Yeah.
Toro.
KO with Lele, nice.
Like everything runs Lele, so you can just
Yeah.
KO this easy. It doesn't stop you attaching energy. It's
And then,
fine.
what? Just Ranger, and then you play your supporters anyway.
Yeah, if you have Magnus on and play
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
Yeah. Plus,
Nobody give a shit about that last comment, okay? That was entirely satirical.
plus,
Anyway,
I've seen people point out this weird convoluted idea where you put one in Darkrai or Veltol, so you attach a dark energy to it at some stage, and then you set up a threat on the bench, and you put this up, you attack with it, so your opponent can't Lysander. But that's such a niche use. I don't
this
think
is
it's
also the Alomamola theory, which we're
yeah.
going to call it from now on, where you have one non-EX in a deck full of EXs. And it doesn't matter if they KO this. So I
Yeah.
can see, like, end of 1, end of 2 limitation. Like,
Yeah,
you're going to buy yourself some time, but you're probably going to die. Like,
you're not dealing with whatever threat is active, so
yeah. If this did 10 damage, it will start be scary. Like, 'cause you could, like, oh, now you can do things, but
nah, not even.
okay, maybe like 20. Basically just make it Seismitoad EX, alright? Anyway, we're moving on to the dark types. Let's see, what was next? Oh, we're not. I had Absol written on my list. Damn, you passed me.
Also overrated, but hey,
Also
let's go.
overrated. I want to point out, same thing I said about Trevenant, this is historically bad. We have plenty of things that use Future Sight. We have plenty. There's a Gotharita, there's an Apom that do this thing where you look at your opponent's deck, you choose like the top certain number of cards, and you rearrange them. None of
So
it's ever been good.
yeah, so it's not actually broken. Doom News is a better version of Jirachi from Rolling Skies.
But that was never good at all.
Yeah.
And
So people
I don't even think it's a better version than Jirachi. I think it's just actually a worse version than Jirachi because you have
now,
to. Okay, you returning the energy is probably a good thing in hindsight.
yeah.
But no, I think it's like they're gonna retreat. Then you lose. Like,
No, you play Serena to get rid of all this stuff in their hand, and Future Sight to make sure that they don't draw into anything to switch, and then you do News.
all right, well, good thing they spent the first 5 turns dead drawing, so that they gave you the opportunity to set all that up. You know,
Yeah, easy. No, it's not good.
it's not gonna work. It's too really specific of a win condition. And historically, neither of these attacks have been good. You could have made a deck like this already if you really wanted to, but nobody has because it's bad.
The art's cool though.
The art is I'm not so sure I'm a fan of the art. It looks like I don't like this big straggly bit of hair here. It's like he's just sort of blowing away in the wind. I can't really make out where his legs end and begin.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, screw your taste in art, I guess. I'm scrolling down this page and I see Metagross GX just got fly from the bottom of the screen to the top, and I'm like, I have to get to you at some point, don't I? We're gonna skip all of the steel types. We're gonna go straight to Comfy.
Not even slight mention of Solgaleo.
If you want to talk about Solgaleo, go be my guest.
I like that they designed this and the other Lunala to kind of combo with the GXs. Like you
All
can
right.
reset Fangs of the Sun. That's nice. That shows some level of thought, and it's not terrible.
But
Like,
would you
100
go to the effort of getting this thing into play?
You put, I don't know, you could put one in Solgaleo Lurantis for a non-EX attacker that does big damage. Yeah.
But you have Cobalion, like, if you want that. And Cobalion's not even that good. I don't know, because I don't think that if you want a non-EX attacker with a good damage output, I don't think something that
It's
still
there.
relies on rare candy is a good idea. Like, Genesect EX kind of fills that void.
Yeah, but like, it's an option. It's there.
Yeah, okay, I'll give
You
it to you.
put thought into it, okay?
It's
give that
for
some
your
respect, at least.
consideration.
I'm not gonna play it, but it's, it's nice.
Hey, everybody else, try this. I'm not going to do it, but you should. Alright, we got Comfy. Basically, it's Barizini X's Verdant Wind, but with Fairy Energy instead. Two things I want to say about this card. Historically, good. Verdant Wind was a great ability and was played in a bunch of things. But that was when Hypnotoxic Laser was everywhere. That's not the case anymore. How often are you affected by special conditions? But
Not often.
having said that, that's not doesn't make this a bad card.
Oh yeah, like I mentioned earlier, how Gardevoir is getting a lot of non-EX's basics to put in the deck. This
Yeah.
is one.
Okay, I could see that for sure.
So it's like it gets around. You can just play it down if you've been Ice Beam GX or whatever from Lapras, and then boom, you're healed. This adds to your damage. That's nice.
Bubble, you say?
Yeah, it gets around
Bubble
Bubble.
Victini, you say?
Yeah, and you can Dragonite to get it back.
I'm so glad that it removes the current conditions as well. That makes it so much better. Because they started printing a bunch of cards that didn't. Like, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but they're cards that remove certain conditions. Not special conditions, but something. And they're like, but if it already is there, it doesn't remove it. And I'm so glad that this just works and is a basic. And that's nice. There's a lot of decks that don't need a specific type of energy. And this will fit straight into those. It's as simple as that.
Like, I don't think you play it at the moment. Cause
No, okay, not at the moment. But, like, at some point in the future, if we're like, oh, Hypnotoxic Laser got a reprint. Holy Jesus. Like,
yeah,
that would be terrifying, first of all. But that would also give this card a great reason to exist.
all right, yeah.
Alright. I'm going to go straight to Drampa.
Skip over Sudowoodo.
He's always on about the shit card. This is absolutely for the you should try this, but I'm not going to play it pile.
Okay, I just want to point out that they decided, okay, guys, we learned our lesson with Frogadier. That attack was too strong.
Yeah.
We're going to give this Sudowoodo
Yes.
a shitty version of that. Because, you know, Gudra's so broken.
maybe they got one in the pipeline, man. Maybe they got like
I mean,
Sun and Moon
maybe.
7, and they've got like we've got this Gudra worked up for the greatest Gudra of all time. But no, if that incredibly good Gudra ever comes out, Sliggoo is gonna be your Wagyu friend.
What set was the last Gumi in? Because that had cool ability.
Touch like break something, right? Or is it Face Collide?
I can't remember.
I know the one you mean though is when you attach a water energy, you search your deck for 2 more Gumi.
Yeah, so you have all this cool search and support for Gudra, and there's
it's just
no
what you're searching out isn't very good, you know.
If there's ever a Gudra, this is all really cool.
I agree. All right, and look at how happy he is. That is a great little Sliggoo, all right there. And look at his tiny little arms; they're so good. Anyway, it's drawn by Tomokazu Kamiya as well, who I wanted to make.
Oh my gosh, is it? Oh, it is.
Like, well, I can't see his name. Oh, actually,
yeah, I see it.
It is down there. Yeah, it's not written in kanji, so I can work it out. But yeah, who is the in-house best Pokemon artist of all time? Anyway, Drampa. This is straight for the pile of... I didn't put this there. Yeah, my note on this. Not as good as I want it to be. LMAO. Like...
it does nothing.
I really like the idea of having a double dragon on it and then attaching a DCE and then Y-cycloning the DCE to another Drampa and being like, oh, that was badass. And then, like, how much damage did you do? I did 80. And, like, what's
like,
your ultimate goal here? I don't know.
You could be attaching to Solomon's GX or Victini GX
Yeah.
and relevant things.
Or Kommo-o GX. Like.
Okay, maybe not that, actually.
No, you're right, though.
That's
I think this could be cool in like Tauros Tina. If you wanted a great like non-EX attacker to set things up, but you were still wanted to keep powering up your Giratinas, I think this is cool. But yeah, I don't know.
Or you could, have the DC on the Tauros and then attach the double dragon from hand straight onto the Giratina.
Yes.
But, yeah.
That is a great point.
It's
a great point.
They had an idea here.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere, but whatever.
But I like it though. I'm probably gonna buy 4 of them anyway, just in case. I think it's like I'm in the shower one day and I come up with this amazing idea. It won't happen, but
it's gonna be so cheap, so why not?
I think a mass is a useless attack because A, it's your attack for the turn, and B, you're probably not going to be playing this with basic energy. Anyway, we're going to be talking about a legitimately good card, Rayquaza. I was gonna make more jokes about how shit this next card was gonna be, but it isn't. It's actually really good.
I thought when you were gonna joke, we were gonna talk about Blissey.
We're not talking
about
Blissey.
It is shit.
Sick of talking about bad cards already, and we're only like an hour into this. Like
this time, it's you the one saying all the cards are bad, not me.
Hey, we're both saying they're bad.
Yeah.
Except
hey,
Alomamola.
I'm giving them time, okay? you know?
Yeah. Anyway, because it does 30 damage, 2 basic energy for your discard to one of your Pokemon. It's the DCE. The keyword for this episode is historically good. Oh god, what?
I'm not attaching my DC to get energy back. No.
Why not? That's great.
It's not. You're using 2 energy to get back 2 energy. If you get KO'd, you just made 0 progress.
Alright, fair point. That's not bad. That is a good point.
Like, people aren't pointing that out. Like if you get 2 attacks off of this, then it's cool. If you don't, then
But you gotta think like Oblivion Wing logic, alright? It's slightly more awkward energy costs, but the intent and the potential is still there, right?
it's a decent card. But I don't see anything that's going to use it right now or in the immediate future.
Alolan Ninetales, but Aqua Patch exists.
Yeah, no.
All right, well, but the potential is there.
Like, it's a colorless attacker that, it's energy acceleration for any type, and that is inherently good. It's just for 2 energy.
Yeah,
two
I think if okay, well, if it was 1 colorless energy, it
it'd
would
be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad we've assessed that.
But for 2 energy, it's like, what am I actually putting the time in for this for?
Yeah. All right, well, not right now, but
it's a good card.
even
Like
an
this-
Evoltol, like you could put a DCE on this and then
Yeah,
do some work.
you could. And you can just immediately put another basic energy onto Dragon Claw if you want. With the choice band, Chaos Shamans, that's something.
Yes, you could.
You have the option, which isn't bad.
I suppose you could.
Yeah. Like, there's got to be some use for it, but right now I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. We don't have to know it right now. All right, I'm so glad we're finished with the non-EXs. They were all so bad. Which is a lie, because a lot of them were pretty good, but
There's a lot of bad ones, yeah.
there's a lot of... As always with these set reviews, it's just, hey guys, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks.
At least they were somewhat interesting, wasn't except for Sharpedo.
Sharpedo was hilarious, though. I'm glad we talked about Sharpedo. I needed to get
go-
that off my chest. I needed to know I wasn't alone in thinking this was such a bad, like, hilariously boring card.
Like, even the stuff we talked about and said, no, this is bad. I mean, it's bad at a high competitive level. And like a fun playing with your friends or playing at League or locals, you could maybe make something work.
Yeah, alright.
Worst decks have won League challenges, right?
Anything can win a League challenge, man.
Exactly. So if Victory Bell's your favorite Pokemon, there you go. Play Victory Bell. Have fun.
Alright.
Maybe.
And now, YouTube, you are going to stare at the smallest JPEG of a Tapu Bulu GX that I could find.
What's Tapu Bulu even do? I can't remember.
Alright, you Google that too while you're waiting.
Alright, I got it.
So, alright, 1 for 30.
Yeah.
The attack, what is it? It's 120 plus... Remind me again what it does.
You may discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. If you do 60 more damage.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It's not great either, but it's...
It's resettable, and it's 180 for a one-hit KO.
Yeah, because you're running this with Lurantis GX.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I don't see why you wouldn't be. And then the GX attack is 150 and prevent all effects next
It'll
turn.
heal all damage.
Okay. That's pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
180 HP, and the biggest thing about this is it has no weakness. Alright, just game-changing. Just so important. Like, this is a grass type with no weakness. This just blows everybody's minds.
Yeah. It's a grass type without weakness is insane.
Yeah, it is. It genuinely is. And it has the potential with big numbers that it can hit, and it can tank because you got 180 and you got Ether Paradise and you got Fury Belt, and then I know Field Blower exists, and this card was a lot better before we knew that, but even still,
Yeah. Even with like Choice Band or whatever, you could be hitting 180 with Kapu Wild.
Tapu Wild, they changed it.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
Kapu does sound kind of dumb.
it
I was
does.
reading
I
it.
don't
Yeah.
know why it was Kapu for so long. But that's the point about Tapu Bulu is that I've talked about it before, but the no weakness is the biggest thing, and the potential is still there.
Yeah, like just going through it, like you hit for 120, something hits in for you. You hit for 150, heal, something hits into you. Then you hit for 180, discard all energy. You could take 4 prizes with this. That's cool.
And that's important. I'm just looking. Sorry, I was on Google Images for Tapu Bulu, and there's no weird fan art, which I'm honestly quite glad about. But there is this image of Lily dunking a Nebby into a bag.
Yes.
So there you go. Next up. Alright, you've played way more Volcanion than me. Talk to me about Turtonator GX.
Alright, so I was skeptical about this at first, but the more I think about it, the more I like it. And I haven't gotten around to testing it yet, but I'm definitely going to. Just Nitro Tank just seems insane.
When are you using it though? Like, is this like a turn
Like,
1 thing?
you could go turn 1 with like Scorched Earth and Aggressive. Like, that is my problem. It's like, from playing Volcanion, it's like, is there a point in the game where I don't have energy on board? And the answer is usually it's fine. You usually have the energy.
Yeah.
So, but
It never seems to have an issue with that.
I don't know. It's cool though.
I think you're gonna have to try it at the very least, right?
Yeah. I don't know. And if, for whatever reason, the crazy people are right and Garbodor does change the meta, right? You cut the max elixirs, put in like 4 Scorched Earth,
Oh my
and then
god.
and then use Nitro Tank to get all your energy on board.
I don't get this logic though, because you can still only Scorched Earth once per turn.
Like, I know, yeah.
Unless you
So
like delinquent to play another Scorched Earth.
but you can Nitro Tank like turn 2 because they'll be doing no damage with Garbodor. Easy. There you
Oh
go.
hell yeah, you're absolutely right.
I know. We have to talk about Trap Cell. Like,
I don't know about this one.
I'm not sold on it, but people are gonna try it, right?
You're
I
probably
mean,
not paying DCE to do it, right?
like I mean, you're gonna be using Volcanion, so you can do actual damage to put pressure on. But they could just Lysander KO the Volcanions. I don't know.
I feel like Trap Shell's going to be best in a deck that isn't Volcanion. Like, this might work its way into a
Yeah.
completely different build of something.
Or I think what's important is after rotation when we lose Lysander.
This man's
How are they
always going
gonna?
on about after rotation.
After rotation is just gonna be so good because what are you using to get around Trap Shell? Your one escape rope.
Ranger.
Oh, no, no. What plays
Got it.
Ranger? Nah.
What do you think about Crimson Flame? No one's talking about this part because it seems worse than Volcanic Heat.
Like, okay, so it's the exact same attack as Alolan Ninetales GX,
Ah,
but
yeah.
fire,
Well observed.
right? So it's like 30 more damage than your Volcanion EX, and you discard 2 energy, and I don't see why you'd ever attack with that.
You know, I agree. I think
Like,
it's the worst part about the card.
the only time I think is if you're playing against like a Belt or Garbodor, right?
Ah, you want to keep the energy off.
Well, no, because you put a Fighting Fury Belt on it, you hit the 170 for the KO, which you can with a Volcanion because you can't steam it.
And, you know, Field Blower means their Fury Belts don't do the same thing.
Yeah, that's something I guess. I don't know. It's something I'll need to test before I really get sold on it. You know?
But we're saying it's interesting enough to try, right?
Ah, yeah. Like, why not?
Exactly.
Like, 5 energy is pretty nice on the board.
Pretty nice, I guess. We're going for a Alolan Ninetales. How's the attack? Okay, you guys know what Alolan Ninetales does. Big in Japan, in juniors, apparently. That's the rumor. Weak to metal is great. All of its attacks are great. It has great synergy with DCE. Aqua Patch changes it.
Let's not be crazy. Your Blizzard Edge is alright. It's not
Yeah, but it's good. Like, it's not bad. It's not whatever Wishcast's attack is.
That's true.
It's got great DCE synergy. I love that you can discard a DCE to use that. I love that the DCE can still power you up in the early game. The GX attack, I think, is incredibly good.
Okay, yeah, the GX attack's good.
Especially on 210 HP with a completely irrelevant weakness. And a 1 retreat cost, so you can just go to the bench and then heal with Rough Seas or whatever it is you want to play. Which will probably end up being Brooklyn Hill if Field Blower gets really big.
Yeah.
A lot of people talking about this one, like, you all know it's decent enough. What kind of build? Like, you build this straight, you build this like Tapu Kokos for free retreat or something like that, and getting damage on the board. Like, Aqua Patch is out. Like, you can probably get a picture like a 40-50 card structure for this deck already in your head, surely, right?
Yeah, like, I'm gonna test it, but I'm not expecting anything huge at the moment.
It'll have a great Volcanion matchup. I'm waiting for
Mm,
you to tell me it won't.
uh, like, itself isn't actually doing much to Volcanion. You one-shot Volcanion, they could one-shot you.
210 is not an easy number for Volcanion to hit, especially if you've just killed a Volcanion.
Yeah, they need 3. Yeah, I guess, okay.
Yeah, I
Fair
like
enough.
it. I like it a lot. And I want to point out that the Vulpix has a fantastic attack.
It does, actually, I love that.
Such a good attack. Like, for free. You could even put this in, like, Rainbow Road if Volcanion didn't exist.
Alright.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, this is
Yeah.
instant setup. With Brooklet Hill as well, like, you're getting stuff into play.
Yeah, I'd still play Rough Seas until after rotation, just because healing's nice.
Yeah, it is. And I suppose you get instant use out of both them. And that's important, I think, now with Field Blower coming out.
Mm.
Um, I'm just going to, like, enlarge the image of Sharpedo once more. And okay, then we're going to scroll past it. On to Wishiwashi GX. Which card is funnier, Sharpedo or Wishiwashi GX?
Okay, yeah, Sharpedo, Wishiwashi's just... God.
I think the funniest thing is, right, the amount of space on Sharpedo, and then on Wishiwashi GX, they cram in Water Gun for 20 right at the top of the card for no reason.
That's the only attack you're gonna be using, though.
Yeah. I think this, I was thinking about this, and if you took, like, the colorless energy out of the attack costs, I'd be like, alright, I'll play that.
All the colorless energy on the attack class,
Yeah,
that'd be
if it
pretty
was
good.
just 3 water energy, and then, like, the next one was 4 water energy for the GX attack, I'd be like, yeah, I'll play that. No problem.
Yeah, but
But
5 energy for
5
20 and discard a special energy.
is not good. It's, like, so much worse than Raticate.
Okay, so you go DC, Aqua Patch, Aqua Patch, Aqua Patch, all just to hit 120?
All at once.
What?
No, you do that, and then your first attack is the GX attack.
Like, I
Just
don't
so you
even...
blow up whatever they have in the active.
That's cool, yeah.
I think this is also, I'm gonna come back to this with Kommo-o, but I love that it's only 220. This should not say 220. This should say like 400.
Yeah.
This is stupid. Like you could not do this and be like, yeah, all right, I missed the KO.
No, like,
Then you have the water gun for 20 to finish it off.
like, I've been thinking about this. Like, how do you power this up? And it's like, in Archie's Blastoise and Expand. Even then, are you putting 5 energy on this tip to for
People
120?
don't put 5 energy on Wailords, man, so they're not putting 5 energy on this.
Put 5 energy on a Keldeo and hit for, what's that, 150 then?
Yeah, that sounded underwhelming after all that.
It's still 30 more than this guy.
It actually is, yeah.
But it's just, I don't know.
I might give it a go for the crack.
Yeah.
But it's gonna have to actually be like 4 Wishiwashi GX,
Yeah.
1 Tapu Lele.
The
That's it.
funniest thing I found about this is the non-GX Wishiwashi
Yeah.
and the combo they tried to get going there that's actually just terrible.
I don't get the combo. Can you like explain the combo to me here?
Okay, so you put your energies on the non-GXs, so if they KO them, they only take 1 prize, and then you can just switch them into the GX.
Like I get that, but
Like, you see the problem though, right? If you get KO'd, you lose all your energy.
that's my issue. Like if I see someone with a Wishiwashi non-GX with 5 energy on it, I'm still gonna Lazon up that thing and Sky
Yeah.
Return it for the KO. Like
Like, they put, like, I was talking earlier about how I liked how they put some thought into some of the cards.
I think it's more.
Like, this must be a completely different person, right?
Yes, completely. I think should be the other way around. So like if you have a damaged Wishiwashi GX and you know it's gonna get KO'd next turn, you can swap that into the non-GX and they only take 1 prize, and then you can like end them to a lower hand.
You still lose the energy though.
Yeah, but I still think it's a better idea.
It is, yeah, but it's still
Anyway, nothing about Wishiwashi GX was a good idea. Let's move on. What's its retreat cost, actually? Oh,
too
it's
much.
3. That's, like, not as bad as I
It's
thought it would be.
only.
I thought it
I
would be
thought it'd be like
5.
I was going for 18, but
I honestly thought the retreat cost would be water, 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 colorless, colorless, just to keep the theme going. Alright. Okay. We're going to do another card where we spend exactly 30 seconds on it. Vikavolt GX, go.
again, I like that. It has synergy with the non-GX. It's just, it has stage 2 in the top left. That's bad.
You could Gigatron GX and with a wide lens and KO3 Shaman for game. If your
See, that's
opponent's incredibly bad, of course.
Yeah, see, that's cool. And like against for an format with a bunch of stage 2s, if for whatever reason your opponent hasn't evolved them, you KO them.
Like I don't think the attacks are necessarily bad. I just think not for a stage 2.
Like if there was a chargeable that was grass type,
Yeah, this becomes a lot more playable.
because you could set up like what one GX and one or two of the non-GX, and then you'd be streaming Zap Cannon.
Yeah.
You'd be running like energy recycler or something.
And now you're in a good place. Like,
Hitting 180 consistently is
yeah.
nice.
And Charge Beam's a decent attack.
Like 50 and attach one to yourself.
Yeah, and you're going to
Two
survive a hit because you've got 240 HP and an irrelevant weakness. So,
Yeah. One retreat cost as well.
yeah, it's a good card. It's just stage 2 holds it back so much. And the lack of the grass type charge bug.
Yeah. Like,
I like the name Gigatron GX. It sounds like just the right lack of thought had been put into that name for it to be cool.
it's a transformer.
Yes, it's a transformer. It turns from a bug into a beetle. Because the beetle is like a car. There's a joke in there somewhere. Alright, onto the other end of the spectrum. Tapu Koko GX. The ultimate max potion combo being you just stream these and 3 energy on your board and go over and over, right?
So you say stream, but you get to do it 4 times.
Yeah.
3 times.
Okay, but you're probably not going to need to do it more than that, right? My issue with it is 170 HP, and I hate that we're at this point, but 170 HP is pretty low.
It is, but you've no weakness.
Yeah, true, but things can hit 170, not that difficult, you know?
Yeah.
The GX attack is great. I think that's incredible.
It is.
Especially since like something like Turbo Darkrai, which could just build up such a strong board state that you can't deal with it, but this changes that completely.
Yeah.
Um,
I like it. It's probably gets better with the next set with Super Scoop Up and Acerola or whatever her name is, Acerola.
oh, don't. I can't. I dread the set review where we have to talk about Acerola, but
I mean, so that's that. But yeah, I can see where 130 is a nice number to hit.
yeah,
You have to say that this is like Dragonite GX from what? Furious Fist?
it is, and I think it's definitely an improved version of that.
That I think the only thing that changed, like the change for the worse, is you got 10 less HP.
Yeah, yeah.
You got easier attacks to power up, a GX attack, no weakness. It's so good. Plus, like 130 is good.
130 is a good number. I think you're right, and like you're probably gonna fury belt this and not choice banded. You're probably still going to play Rough Seas over either Paradise again because it goes back to your opponent's turn for it to be useful.
Yeah,
they have Field Blower now.
It's unfortunate with Field Blower and stuff. Like, if if the Ether Paradise did stick, this would be way better.
Field Blower just made either Paradise go from like this is insane to oh this isn't that good.
I also don't like how, in theory, Rayquaza matchup isn't like an auto win, even though you hit for weakness, because then they can one shot you as well. So you have to run Sudowoodo.
Yeah, I think that which is you've got good synergy there because you can retreat the Sudowoodo easily when you just bench your next Coco.
So I think that's cool. So you definitely do need the Sudowoodo to solidify the Rayquaza matchup.
I'm so glad I stopped myself because I was about to say that you could play Wobbuffet and then you could just bust in and move yourself active.
Oh, good thing you didn't say
Good
that.
thing I didn't say that, right? You all would have thought I was a terrible player.
Thought. now.
Speaking of terrible, here's Toxapex GX. I think the last time I talked about this, I didn't think it through, and I said it was really good
3 psychic energy
for
is,
potentially just 100 damage.
I mean, it's 3 psychic energy. You're not attacking with that at all. End up.
Max Elixirs, the XP shares,
Like,
field blower isn't played at all for some reason.
you're max elixering onto a basic that you need to evolve at some stage. That's immediately just.
You imply I do not have a chest not break list with 4 Max Elixir in it.
Jesus Christ. God.
Man. Lunala target, maybe? I don't know.
I mean, it's
Very underwhelming.
potentially knocking out something coming back into your turn is cool,
Yeah, but
but at the same time, Absol does that for 2 energy.
yes, and it definitely knocks it out.
Yeah,
As opposed to potentially knocking it out.
Toxic Shelter's cool,
Toxic Shelter is a great attack. I cannot hide that. It's a
but
fantastic GX attack.
flipping 3 energy, 3 energy.
I don't mind that that costs 3 energy. I would find a way to pay for that.
Oh yeah, for that, but for the main attack,
Yeah.
like for the fact that you're not actually doing damage as such,
Yeah.
like you just straight up lose to any deck with Fairy Energy, and
You could do this and then knock KO a baby Evil Tall.
that's so bad.
You could do this and then knock KO like anything with 110 HP.
Yeah, like when you've 3 or 3 Ghost, and you're weak to Psychic, so the new guard just runs over you.
And you don't even hit for weakness, so you lose the Mega Mewtwo matchup.
Ah, jeez.
Can you imagine that? You do this to like a basic Mewtwo, and then they just, evolve. And they're not poisoned anymore.
What you have to do in that matchup is you run 1 Victini, and then use Spike Cannon.
I have to scroll back up now to tell people what Spike Cannon does.
It's flip 4 coins, 30 times the number of heads.
Okay, so you flip 30, 60, 90, 3 heads and a choice band, which you're probably not playing because you're poisoning most
I
of the
know,
time.
so bad. I just want to point out,
God.
like, another thing is that you have no reliable way, other than your GX attack, of KOing Shaman.
No, you Spike Cannon and flip 4 heads. Simple as that.
Hmm. So, unless you get extremely lucky, they could just Shaman stall.
No, you play a 1/1/1 the Decidueye line and you Ultra Toxic Poison it.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Boom. We just did it. Alright. I know.
Lycanroc now, yeah?
No, Tapu Lele.
I know.
Yeah, he's making a joke.
Fuck.
He was making a joke. I'm not going to talk about Tapu Lele. Guys, you know how good Tapu Lele is. Rory, you're going to talk about Tapu Lele.
Okay, guys. This does not break the game. Do not lose your minds. Please, please don't be stupid. I mean, it's good. Buy one. Maybe buy 2. But it's not a 4 of in anything. It doesn't replace VS Seeker. Don't be dumb.
Where are your sources of information, my dude?
Okay, the VS Seeker thing was one idiot on Fairbanks, okay? But it just really upset me.
I hope he's listening. I hope he's listening.
I really hope he does, because he's an idiot. He needs to know.
Savage. Just savage.
Like, this ability is good. Jirachi is in, like, literally every deck in Expanded, right?
Almost, yeah.
Like, pretty much all of them, except maybe Groudon or whatever. So this is really, really good card, but it doesn't break the format. It doesn't replace Shaman, because you need Shaman to dig for cards like Max Elixir and stuff. This doesn't dig for cards. It's purely for consistency. So don't get that confused.
Yeah. I agree with that. I completely agree with that.
Other than that, everything about this is a perfect card.
I also agree with that. I think
it's overhyped, but it's perfect.
my one comment from a design standpoint is this 1 retreat cost is bullshit.
I mean, yeah.
This should be 2. 1 is stupid.
But I mean, there's nothing bad about this. Like,
Yep.
that's bad from a design standpoint if you want to make that argument that it's too powerful.
I get what you mean from a gameplay perspective, though, yeah.
Yeah, like,
No weakness.
you lose nothing from pulling this. I do want to point, yeah, I do want to point out that you don't, like, play this to your supporter every turn. That just seems really silly to me, to use up your bench space so you can Lily rather than use the Sycamore you have in hand. Just seems wasteful to me.
Completely agree with that. I don't think it makes Lily better. I think people are saying it does and it doesn't.
I do like you can use it turn one for specific supporters, but I don't think playing like three in your deck so that you can use a specific supporter every turn just seems really bad. Because when you have a bench full of Lele, what deck are you running?
Quad Lele.
Ah, it's not Mewtwo, and it doesn't replace Lugia in every deck because it doesn't have Deep Hurricane, which is the most important part of Lugia for me in Decidueye.
In
I
any
played
deck that has Lugia, honestly.
Yeah, like I played two Decidueye. One of them's gonna be Lele, but I'm keeping the other.
Or is it Drampa?
It's Drampa if I'm running the Rainbow Energy version.
Ah. When we get the Drampa, you'll
Maybe.
all know. You'll all know.
It still might actually just be Lugia, but well, I'll test Drampa.
It's worth trying, I think.
Like Lele is definitely something everyone should buy. I don't know. Maybe there will be decks that run multiple Lele because you want specific supporters, but I just don't think it's necessary.
Especially with Scubo coming out next set.
Yeah, and it's it's good though. Like everyone has, there's no reason you shouldn't buy this unless you can't afford it.
That's literally it, yeah.
Mm.
It's like 30 quid a piece right now, right?
Or more.
Do,
But
do a quick troll and toad search there for us, will you?
I think Troll and Toad is pretty expensive.
It's probably sold out.
Yeah, it's 37 for the pre-order.
That's alright, like.
Like I think once there's more of them in the market, once more boxes have been opened, it'll drop to 25 hopefully.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, it's expensive, but like,
Necessary nearly.
for what it is, it's
Yeah,
okay.
but like it's not a card you play loads of like Shaman because
Yeah.
it doesn't draw you cards, and that's an important distinction. And I just want everyone to go home with that in mind.
Go home. Where are they
Probably
going to the
home
theater to watch this,
on the
like, or
bus.
something?
This is a
Alright.
long video. You just like you listen to this on the bus or something.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to spread this one out for sure. Alright, let's move on from Lele. Lycanroc GX. It's got bright eyes. Historically good.
Historically good. Right now, I don't think it's amazing. It's a nice boost for the Lycanroc deck, but
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was gonna say about it. I really like Lycanroc, and I think this is a cool one-off. But I
yeah,
wouldn't go any further than that with it. The GX
yeah,
attack is great as well. Would I
it's
build
a
a deck
great.
around this? No.
Not right now. No, maybe.
Claw Slash is not a good enough attack to build a deck around it, and that's what you'd have to be doing.
Yeah, it's like I think it does give Lycanroc an edge post rotation when nothing as Lysander, and even right now, like with the other Lycanroc that discards energy, you go use this Lycanroc, Team Flare on the Pokemon you bring up, and then attack it with Crunch.
Yeah, and that's
That's
huge,
really strong.
super huge. Also, you could just bring it up and corner it with Rockruff.
Yeah, so I think not having to use your supporter for something like that is really good.
Yeah, this'll be great against the Decidueye Vileplume, I think. Like
I'd
maybe
love
just
if
not necessarily because it's like not everybody has an out to doing that. This is just an extra thing you can do.
yeah, I'd
You
love.
Olivia for it.
Oh god, maybe. I'd love if the format slowed down to the pace of 2010, where this becomes like what? Uh, oh, it's gone out of my head now. Level X.
Luxray?
Luxray Level X was, but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
It won't. We all know it won't.
It'd be cool if it did, but it'd be at least 2 years before we get to that kind of format,
Yeah,
if we ever do.
I can't see it happening. I don't know.
Pokemon, if you're listening, this is what we want. Please do it.
Yeah, I know Puka listens to my podcast,
Yeah.
and I know he has that kind of power.
I mean, yeah, you just get onto Pokemon Card Labs over in Japan and tell them to start designing
They
cards the
they
way
all
we.
watch the show too, man. They've got the message. Don't worry.
All
Anyway,
right.
Metagross GX is Mega Gross GX. Oh, insert that gif of the guy and his friends going nuts because he said something crazy.
All right. It's energy acceleration, right? You said you have to give consideration to everything that has energy acceleration.
All right, but you say that, but all right, if I gave you Solgaleo and I was like, I want you to make this card very slightly worse. This is the card you would make.
I don't know. Just looking at it, it seems like they had a couple of combos in mind, one of which being paired with Solgaleo GX.
But Solgaleo is better than this.
No, as in to power up your Solgaleos to get energy back.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
like instead of Lurantis.
Are we going into a format where we can play like 8 copies of Rare Candy?
Or Broken Time Space.
Or Broken Time Space? I hope not. That would be horrible.
It would be absolutely insane.
But, okay, first of all, like, Giga Hammer sucks, right?
It has combos with Ultra Road on Solgaleo
Oh
GX.
my god, this man. Alright,
But
you go off,
looking at it,
come back to
looking at
me
it,
with Metagross Solgaleo and tell me how good it's
just
been.
looking at it, that must have been what they were thinking. Because there's no
Yeah,
other way this works. But also, the way it gets psychic energy back. So if you're running
you
two
can
psychic
play
energy.
Lunala as well,
No,
yes.
no, no, no. For the Dhelmise you're playing in the deck.
Wait till I scroll up and find out what Dhelmise's attack does again.
I think it's like 70 and they can't retreat.
Oh, fucking bingo, man.
Oh!
Sweet Jesus.
What? Psychic colorless. It's so bad.
Yes, yes it is. It's not made for that.
No.
Algorithm GX, I think, is the worst GX attack we have. And I
I think
say,
it's better than Drampa's.
oh, I don't know, man. Alright, no, because,
Searching
like,
for
compare
going
the,
to
compare this to like, um, alright, actually, you know what? You're right. When you put it like that, this is better than Drampa's.
like slightly maybe.
Yeah,
They're both like nullified by N, so it doesn't really matter.
it's not even that, but like think about it. Like think about Talonflame and Sylveon, right? They do similar things, but
And they're not GX attacks, yeah.
so if you get End, you can use the attack again.
Yeah. Plus, like, what are you searching for? By the time you like set up a Metagross GX, you've used like every resource in your deck, right?
Yeah, true.
You're gonna set up what more Metagross now?
All right, have fun with that. I don't know.
Ow.
My thing about it is like, I searched for 3 cards. What do I do with these other 2?
Yeah, it's like
Who needs 5? Like,
it's not a GX attack I think you would use. Even if you're pairing with Solgaleo, you're using Solburst. So
you are indeed.
I don't know, maybe.
All right, something strictly better than that is Sylveon
It's
GX.
it.
Magic Ribbon's great.
It's insane.
Fairy Wind is just good enough, right?
Yeah,
It's just enough.
110 is just a nice number.
And Prière GX is like
It's plea in English.
Plea GX is Lizon Hoopa. Get rid of those 2 evil dolls.
Yeah, plea GX sounds way worse than Priere though.
It does actually, yeah.
This is a cool card.
I've talked about this before at length, so I won't go into too many details. But yeah, you search for 3 things constantly. You max potion it constantly. You play this a bit like Houndoom Mill, but without the mill, and then
Yeah.
you mill it. Then you just 110, 110, 110 at the end until you win.
Yeah, like I have little problems with it. Like if they just end you and you don't draw the most perfect stuff, like your only draw card is probably like what are you playing for draw cards? N? Because you're definitely not playing Sycamore.
Fairy energy, so you can magical ribbon.
Yeah, I know, but your magical ribbon, they N. You're not doing too much then. It's
Yeah.
plus like how you building this deck is what I've struggled with. Because if you're just running the quad Sylveon, you lose to like turn 1 Hex.
Oh shit, yeah. Which is more
Yeah.
popular now with Lele.
Yeah. Like, or they just open Wobbuffet and you're like, well, now I can't evolve.
Yeah.
And you're running, and I've seen lists, and they're either running no search cards, like Level Ball or Ultra Ball, or 2, and then their only supporters for drawing are like 3N or 4N.
This
So you
is
could just be completely, like, screwed to turn 1.
this is like the way Solgaleo Lurantis has to run Floatstone. Because
Yeah.
in an ideal world, you shouldn't have to do that. But in reality, things are going to stop you from doing that.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not sure if the full quad Sylveon works. I'm not sure if you'll have to run other stuff. Like, against a Decidueye Vileplume, I think you would need Wobbuffet. Like, just the Sylveon just isn't enough.
I think it's cool that, like, you're weak to Volcanion, but Vaporeon is like a 1 card very good answer to that.
I don't even think it turns the matchup a huge amount. I mean, it gives you a chance where you had none.
That's relevant enough, right?
It's relevant enough. Like, you play the Vaporeon, definitely, because otherwise you've no chance, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But even then, I think it's still a difficult matchup, just because they get energy back, and you don't want that happening. And even if you do Lysander KO one Volcanion, they could just KO you, and you run like 2 DC, so it's hard to get another one powered up.
All right.
Because you won't have Magical Ribbon the turn before, because you just use Fairy Wind. So you won't guarantee that you have the puzzles, so you have to play a really long game against Volcanion. Hope they don't end you. I don't know, the deck, there's definitely something really, really, really strong there. I think.
It's gonna take a while to like mine it out, though, right?
Yeah. Like, I personally.
Resistance to Dark is cool.
Resistance Dark is cool. Darkray's going down in play, though, I think.
Yeah, probably.
But Delta might make a comeback then. So.
It's always nice to have that, though. It's never gonna be a bad thing.
Dark is always one of the most popular decks, regardless of what the format is right now. Like the last, I don't even know how many years since Yveltal's been released, since Darkrai EX from Dark Explorers was released.
Anyway, that's Sylveon. What else we got?
Kommo.
Is this the last one? No, it's Drampa's the last one.
Kommo is the worst GX.
Kommo-o.
Like, absolute worst GX printed so far.
The question I asked myself was, would you play this as a basic? And I was like,
No.
honestly, probably not.
Well, no.
As a basic, I'd be like, all right, well, that's pretty good. But as
Like
stage 2, God no.
Like 240 HP on a basic is alright.
Alright, yeah. But okay, first, can we just say it's not a basic? Like,
Stage 2.
back to the real world.
So, we've said all the other stage 2s, like a big problem with them is their stage 2. So this is that problem. And it also has the problem that its attacks are shit.
Yeah, especially the GX attack. Like, nah fam. 240? Nah. Give me. I want Mega Charizard damage. That card was like so difficult to get powered up, but at least they were like, alright, well, you will kill everything. No, I want this to say 400. Nothing has a chance. But 240, you could still miss a KO.
Could you imagine going Ultra Uppercut GX and you're like, 240, don't KO that Solgaleo.
Don't KO that Wailord. Don't KO that, like, I don't know.
And then Shred just being like,
It's a great number, but it's not good enough for the effort you had to put in to get there.
Yeah, it's just a really bland GX. Like, none of its attacks do anything cool, really.
No.
So it's just, why bother?
Like the 130 and not affected by effects. I think that's cool.
For 4 energy, no.
But not exactly, not for the cost I'm putting in to get there.
So,
On a basic,
whatever.
like, sure, why not? That's a great attack. Not
Yeah,
on
DD,
this.
DC.
An adamantine press is just,
I don't know.
you're
And this
stalling
is-
for time after you've got a Kommo-o set up.
Yeah. And we need to realize that this is all while we have double dragon energy in format. As soon as rotation hits, you lose that, and this just becomes absolutely unplayable.
So you play with Vikavolt
Oh,
and
no.
fighting energy. Let's move on to Drampa, please.
Okay.
Okay, last one is Drampa. All of its attacks are good, except the GX.
GX is like,
Die.
it'd be amazing if we didn't have N.
But we do.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many things that would be amazing if we didn't have N.
This is one of them. But in all seriousness, Righteous Eggs is a great attack, and Berserk is a great attack. Deep Hurricane is already a great attack that not enough people use because it's a difficult energy cost to hit. This is a much more feasible way of doing it.
Yeah, it's easier to hit. It's easier to keep going because you don't need to keep playing games. So the immediate thing people saw when they looked at this was a Yveltal Drampa, because people looked at Yveltal Tauros.
That's the big thing in Japan, anyway.
Like, it's just a deck that's, seems like it'll be consistent, do damage.
Yeah. I like Righteous Edge so much. I like that it's just, oh, hell, I'll throw this in my deck. I love that on Cobalion, and now this is even easier to use.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'll see if you can replace Lugia with this. It's a little iffy, I don't know.
But it's at least worth trying.
Yeah.
I think as well, it's like, it's hard to talk about the colorless ones because they can go in so many different things.
I think the big ones are probably, at the moment anyway, Beltol and maybe Decidueye.
Yeah, I think so. But
Because even in
other
Decidueye,
potentials exist down the road.
like discarding special energy is pretty cool under item lock as well.
It really is.
For one energy. So I think it's pretty cool.
It is. Drampa. Pretty
Like,
cool.
Great Revolution could be cool if it's, late gamed.
Yeah, you
You need,
enter one and then you Great Revolution yourself so that you've got options they don't.
yeah, that
But
could be. That's
if
a
you can
nice
go
option.
that long without using your GX attack.
I mean, if you're playing a Beltol,
Tauros?
well, you're not playing Tauros tonight, you're just playing
Yeah.
Drampa.
Now you're, well, now you're not.
So I don't know.
What if you algorithm GX already? Oh, I'm so funny, aren't I?
See, then you probably lost the game.
Yeah, you
Because
probably have.
better. So, no, Drampa's cool. It's solid. It's not crazy or anything. So,
It's a good card. It gets my seal of approval. I like it. And finally, the trainers. Either Paradise we've talked about a lot already. It would be good, but Field Blower exists.
yeah, and other stadiums exist.
Yep.
So if you're playing this, you have to play 4 of it and hope your opponent doesn't discard them.
Alright, this video has dragged on quite long. Let's do the
Yeah,
trainers super fast. Okay, Altar of the Moon. Good card, yes or no?
like retreating is good. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, it
good.
is. Altar of the Sun, yes or no?
No, because
Historically bad.
and yeah, replace easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing that replaces the removes weakness has ever been good in my recollection. So not this. Aqua Patch. Everyone's been talking about it.
Like buy 4 of these. If you don't, why not? Why aren't you buying 4 of these?
Yep.
Look at it. Attaches energy. We said this is good. This is trainer. It's crazy.
I agree.
Like I don't care if like there's anything spectacular to pair it with. There will be. Like
Especially
even
with Brooklet Hill.
ooh yeah.
It's
I really like this. Like especially after rotation, because you can use this in Volcanion to search out the Volcanion EX.
That's the
Or
best use for it, honestly.
yeah, like it's a nice consistency card in a stadium, which you don't see.
Yeah.
So
Free NS Ball. Who can complain?
that's nice.
Anyway, Choice Band. We don't need to talk about this. Come on, it's great, right?
More damage is brilliant.
It
End of.
And it can go on GXs like
Yeah.
Lurantis
Yeah, like look how much Muscle Band was played. This thing is better than Muscle Band.
and Silver Bangle.
Or well, not better than Muscle Band because it needs to be a GX, but whatever.
But it's definitely better than Silver Bangle.
Definitely banger than Silver Bangle,
Banger
easily.
than Silver Bangle.
Whatever. It's
Alright, Energy
great
Lotto.
card. I mean, cool if you really need to dig for DC or Double Dragon. That's it.
I will try this in Giratina Tauros because that runs a lot of special energy, and I will try it in nothing else. Because
I don't know, something with only 4 DC maybe.
no, but even in Vespiquen, I find my DC easily enough that I wouldn't make space for
Shame in
this.
every turn. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Like,
Alright, moving on then.
yeah, reprint, Field Blower.
Relevant reprint and enhanced hammer book. Okay.
Well, yeah, but come on, like, it's
Keep
always been around.
Yeah. Field blower.
Field Blower is like,
I don't like that we get tool discard.
neither do
But
I.
a lot of the tools
Neither
we
do
have
I.
stuff a lot of the tools we have are a bit too powerful, like EXP share, floatstone on a garb and stuff. Like it would require them to balance the
I
stuff that has tools and is using tools.
This keeps so many things in check, and
I know.
you're gonna need at least 2 copies of this, right?
Like buy 2 copies, but you're gonna have 1 in every deck, 2 in some decks. And it makes EXP share worse because you can just get rid of it and then it's useless. It makes
That's a big one
mostly
that got hit by it.
yeah. It makes fighting Fear Belt worse.
Yeah.
Floatstone worse. Like you'll need to run more other switching cards than Floatstone now.
The tools and stadiums that are not affected by this or affected less are the ones that you immediately get used out of, like Brooklet Hill, like Choice
Yeah.
Band. And that's why
Yeah.
we're saying those ones are really good.
Like it's really unfortunate that they brought out like any stadium that you don't get immediate use out of is now instantly worse.
I just hate that the artwork's really boring. I wish it was nicer to look at.
Get the secret rare.
That's just still just a gold leaf
I
blower,
know.
though. All right, holla at your boy.
I mean, in theory, it's nice for decks that use their GX attack early,
Oh,
which is at the moment just Solgaleo.
and Algorithm GX, so you can set
Yeah.
up your other
And
Metagrosses.
but the problem that Solgaleo has isn't what you do after you Sol Burst, it's what you do before.
Yep.
Like, once you've Sol Bursted, you've probably set up, because you've got your Solgaleos out, you've got your energy out. And that's all you need for the rest of the game, other than maybe a Lysander at some stage.
Yep. My issue with that is, like you're saying, it's sort of like you need to make sure that you have the adequate draw support to get up your Sol Burst as quickly as possible, right?
Yeah,
This
and
isn't going to help you do that,
this helps you after you've Sol Bursted, but
which you
you've
can
already
worry about
set up by
later.
then.
Yeah.
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 So it's right now, no. And like, what else is there? I don't know.
Turtonator.
If you're playing that really aggro Volcanion,
Which
maybe
you probably want like
turf,
nothing but Sycamores anyway.
yeah, like then you holla. But even then, nah. It's nice to have.
I'm going to play it just so I can say holla at your boy every time I use it.
Yeah. I mean, Shuffle Draw 7 is great,
It is. Let's not deny that. And there will be something that can use this, I'm sure of it.
but Shuffle Draw 4 is crap. So,
Let's perch on its tails.
mm,
I love how they're working the GX mechanic into it. I've said that a million times, but I think it's
yeah,
really cool.
like it is a nice card to have. Maybe not super playable right now, but
Now, Mallow, who according to one guy on Verbank is thick with like two C's and all caps. First of all, that's factually incorrect. Second of
like,
all, I think this is a good card. I think it's going to be played about as much as Misty's Determination is, and for the same reasons.
maybe not.
He's still laughing about the thick joke.
No, but like you saying this is as playable as Misty.
Yo, it is as playable as Misty's though, because we have ways to draw the top cards. We have Unknown, we have Shaman, we have Acrobike, we've
I know,
Scorched
but
Earth.
see if you're using them, like you're using your supporter for turn as well.
I have this. Like, yeah, but like imagine like, oh, I want a Shaman for a very specific thing. I can guarantee it.
Okay, yeah, but that's
Like double Dragon Energy or what, double Colorless, whatever.
you can, yeah.
I don't think this is necessarily like a top tier card. I just mean like Misty sees play in weird decks for these reasons, and Mallow does a similar thing.
I suppose. Again, you're having to play your supporter for turn and the liability on the bench.
But Misty is your
Yeah,
supporter for the turn.
yeah, but you're not playing a liability on the
Alright,
bench.
I get that. But there's ways to make this work. You play it
There
with
is,
Sandslash.
yeah,
You play it with Whiscash.
yeah, sure, whatever.
You play
Like,
it with Algorithm GX.
like I just think the way the format is, playing Sycamore N is just usually more
Yeah,
beneficial.
no, you're absolutely right. It usually is, and that's why they're played in high counts and things like
Sucks.
this aren't.
Like I wish Mallow, like I really like that they printed Mallow. I just wish the format was at a
Yeah,
stage where Mallow was really good.
and maybe post rotation, like you keep saying.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. Sun and Moon on format in 2 years might be great. I don't know.
My cat's trying to get in my door. He has succeeded.
I can hear it in the background too.
Come on, bud. Get in the last 2 minutes of the video. Come on, where are you? Come on, we have to talk about multi-switch for some reason. Come on.
All right.
Get up here. You talk about multi-switch while I try and get the cat on my lap. Come on, no, don't go under my bed.
So if you're running something with DC and Double Dragon, and you really specifically need to move it from the bench to the active for some reason, okay, here's a card. Otherwise, don't play this. It's not good.
Yep.
I
Okay,
think I'm done.
that's really it. It's very specific uses.
I don't know.
Don't
Your
dig your closet.
guillotine, like your guillotine is really damaged. You float stone, retreat, and then multi-switch.
No, then you put it on the Drampa so you can 80 and Cyclone it back. Look at
Yeah,
all the
sure.
combos they included.
I
Hello,
don't know.
buddy.
I'm finding
Sit
it
down.
really hard to wonder why to bother play this card.
Yeah, but it's cool that it exists, sort of.
I guess.
Anyway, it's something that's significantly more useful. And the final card we're going to talk about after this incredibly long video is Rescue Stretcher, which I think is maybe my favorite card in the set. I love this thing. It's going to be a
Really,
4-off in Gyarados. It's going to be a 1-off in Vespiquen and a bunch of other stuff.
like any deck where you're running Super Rod to get back Pokemon, this is
Hmm.
better.
Yep.
Any deck with Buddy Buddy Rescue, this is better. Unless you're running Buddy Buddy calculating Pokebuff like an idiot.
No, no, we have Alomamola for that now.
Yeah, okay, so it's a really solid card.
Yep. No, it is. There's no other way of looking at it. This is just great.
Like, Estrogen runs Super Rod and Revitalizer already, so you cut one or both of those for this.
You cut the super rod, like obviously.
Could cut the Revitalizer, but
Sit
maybe not.
down, you fuck. Like,
I mean, I am, but what? Talking to the cat, get it.
oh, this guy just thinks I'm talking about him. No, hello. Your ears are very cold. No, I agree. It's an incredible card. I'm playing one in my current Garb list, and even though it's like, oh hey, I need to evolve the Garb this turn, this is another route to that, because I can just pick out the one Garbodor from my discard pile.
Like, it's really nice. Yeah.
Yep. It's such a good card, and the artwork again, I don't know why it's a stretcher. I've never seen one of them in the games before, but hey, and it's got some fireworks behind it, but hey, you know, you do what you gotta do, artwork. Alright, we will leave you with one final question. What's your favorite full art?
Favorite full art.
Quality aside, is it Toxapex? Is it Metagross?
It's definitely not toxic.
I agree.
I do like the Lycanroc actually.
Yeah,
Like all their backgrounds are really boring though.
they
It's
are,
just
aren't they?
what gets me.
The Lycanroc's very, I'm 14 years old and have a DeviantArt account.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah.
The Ninetales is great, let's be honest. That's beautiful.
Uh,
Oh,
it all just blends into just different shades of blue though. That's what gets me.
you know, when you break it all down, everything's just, you know, a construct fabricated by our minds, and, you know,
Like,
time is just a prison that holds us back that we've created for ourselves, essentially, if you want to get that deep. But
I'm
I'm,
not here for this like,
I'll,
philosophy that's or anything, but look, I don't know, I just want the art to be doing something. These aren't really they're not doing too much.
I agree. I think they're actually kind of boring. I think the cards are already like full arts, so I
Yeah.
don't get why we do this at this point.
Also,
I don't have
don't
this
like
many
the
rarities, but,
I
you
don't like
know.
the Lele because most of the card is covered up by text. Look at
Yeah,
it. Can't
Wishiwashi.
see it.
At least Wishiwashi is like emerging above his text.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm gonna like first of all, Mallow, fantastic. All right,
Yeah.
I love the color scheme in the background's great. I love her juggling all these berries. Love it. How awesome. No complaints there. Raichu's great.
Yeah.
Hala, and I have pre-prepared this. Reminds me of this Tumblr picture I found of Shrek. So I'm gonna let you
Wait, I can't
guys.
see this. Damn.
I'll send this to you afterwards. But this is what Hala's card reminds me of. I'll let you lads read that on screen. That's your treat for staying to the end of this video.
Oh god.
You get the cat and you get this picture of Shrek. Um,
Yeah, we also haven't mentioned one of the best GXs in this set,
no.
Decidueye.
Actually, he's right. Yeah, we do have a hyper rare Decidueye in this set. There's Incineroar. Where's Decidueye? Where is he now? Ah, look, he's somewhere, lads. You know he's there.
So yeah, that's just you know,
And the first comment on Poke Beach is that's a ton of secret rares, and Jesus, he is not wrong.
it's like 24 or something.
So many, and I don't want any of them.
Like
Except
RIP
Hala.
collectors, right?
Yeah,
Could you imagine? Could you imagine trying to collect this set?
I don't know. This enhanced hammer is so good, though. And it brings me to the cool point of I want headphones shaped like enhanced hammers and crushing hammers, like earphones. Because they're the right shape for it. So if someone can point me in the
Yeah.
direction of someone who can custom make those for me, I'm all ears.
Plus 3 secret rare energy. It's just
3 secret rare energy.
yeah. Just eventually you could have your entire deck bling, especially once we get the full art supporter reprints.
Full art field blower is like, I don't know, it's like you took a shit, but you were really proud of it, so you framed it and put it on your wall, and now you show it to all your guests when they come to your house.
Did anyone actually have field blowers in the game?
I don't think so. So
They were
I'm
garbage.
sure there's some kind of, you know, park
I know.
maintenance guy who has
Yeah,
to
there
have
is.
them for.
No, they have the chainsaws
Why do they need a chainsaw?
for cutting hedge.
You ever gone to Stevens Green and be like, oh, there's the lad with the chainsaw, he fits right in.
Yeah, but like I don't remember anyone actually blowing leaves. They were always cutting hedges. That's what the gardeners were doing. So
They were. Anyway,
it's just
we're
hard.
we're dawdling at this point. That's going to conclude our set release. Alfie, what's your favorite card in the set? He said Persian, but he's an idiot. There is no Persian in this set. Dumbass. Anyway, that's going to do it. Rory, thank you so much for this video. It has been a marathon.
Yeah, 2 hours.
2 hours. I said on Twitter I was going to keep this short. Hell, LMAO.
Well done to anyone who's listened through this whole thing
Yo,
in
well
one
done.
sitting.
Yeah. You were treated to my cat and a horrible discussion about field blower full art. Yes, that is the wire he is chewing or something like that. Anywho, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next week. Probably maybe the week after or something like that. I don't know. But videos are starting back up, so that's cool. Rory, once again, thank you so much for coming on the show.
All right, thanks for having me on.
And we will see you next time.